Hello, McFatter Technical High School students and parents. It is Thursday, April 1st, and we are here with your weekly update. You didn't see us last week because we were on spring break, as were all of our students, but we're happy to be here again. With me, as always, the assistant principal in charge of the high school, Mr. Daryl Harris.
Hello there. Hi.
Our magnet coordinator, Miss Lily DeCastro.
Hi.
And I'm Jeanette Johnson, the director and principal here at McFatter Technical College and Technical High School. I hope you two had a great spring break.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Excellent. And we hope all our families did as well. Right before we started recording this, we talked about announcing something to play an April Fool's joke, but then we decided not to do that. So we will just say to you that we are your April Fools today. So with that said, couple of things we wanted to get through for all the families, and then some related specifically to our seniors and events coming up. So we'll dive right into that, and we'll start with an update on the testing that will go on for next week. And for that, I turn it over to Ms. DeCastro.
And of course, right after you referenced the April Fools, my papers play tricks on me and fell on the floor. So I apologize for that. First of all, next week will be the FSA writing test, which is one of two parts of the test to get the reading scores for students. So next week will be 9th grade FSA writing. It will be on April 6th for half of the students and April 7th for the other half. Generally, the teachers have given updates. There were a few students that the counselor was going to call their parent because we had to change the date of their test based on their first period class. So students will be testing based on who their teacher is first period. So on Tuesday, students who have Ms. Zulueta, Ms. Maldonado, Mr. Rosenthal, Ms. Dieguez or Mr. Wood will be testing on April 6th, and then on April 7th it will be the other 9th grade classes. So if you have math first period or PE with Mr. Sylvanik or Ms. Holst, or if you have Ms. Perez first period, those students will test on the 7th. So to make it a little easier by breaking it down for parents to know, they can figure out who their what their test day is. Students can either come in on the bus. The bus stops have been enacted for the people who told us in that survey window that they wanted transportation. Buses will be available. Students can stay all day. If they do stay all day, they need to bring their laptop and headphones. We will find a spot for them, because they won't be in the regular classroom because the spaces are not set up to hold a whole class yet. Anyone who does wish to leave after testing, it will be over at 12:25. Students can either take lunch with us or go home during lunchtime, but anyone who leaves will need to be signed out. We will have sign out on the west side of campus. I'm pointing this way. These are 9th graders, so they don't necessarily know where things are. I have to remind myself. But on the west side of campus, we will have staff out there to do sign outs for anyone who wishes to leave. Students can't just leave. They have to be signed out.
But if they leave early, I don't think you said this, they need their own transportation, because the transportation will only be available at the end of the regular school day, correct?
I implied it. I did not state it. So
okay.
Yes, you are correct.
All right, great.
So once again, the 6th or the 7th will be the day of testing for 9th grade. And then the following week on the 15th, which is the Thursday, and the 16th, which is the Friday, one day or the other, the 10th graders will test, and they will get their testing assignments on Monday or Tuesday next week to know for the week after.
Great. And then you mentioned that for the students who are normally remote, but who are staying on campus, that they need to bring their laptop, et cetera, because of where they'll be taking their afternoon classes. If a student who's normally remote is not remaining, they're only coming on campus for the test, what do they need to bring with them?
Just their brains, their masks. They must wear their masks, but they don't really need anything otherwise. We will have everything else in place for them.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. And I will go on ahead and say to all the students who are testing next week, we know you'll do great. Get a good night's sleep, eat a good breakfast in the morning, do your best, and we know you'll do fabulously. Next, we wanted to remind the parents of the parent customer survey. Our students have been taking it in their classes. But we did want to remind parents about the window for the district-wide customer satisfaction survey. And for that, I'd ask Mr. Harris to update us.
All right, thanks, Ms. Johnson. Yes, so with the customer service survey, we have 3 sections: students, staff, and parents. And the window actually closes on April the 30th. But what I'm asking you, my wonderful parents, is to go ahead and complete that survey later today or this week, within the upcoming week, to get that done. Now, we've met our target goal for our students. They've done an amazing job. The staff has also met their target as far as the number of people that need to respond. Now, the parents, I need 48 more families or parents to respond to the survey, and we'll meet our target goal. So if you're one of those parents that is listening to this video that have not completed the survey, you can help us out. And when I say help us out, it's really to get good information about, the way that you think about your students' experience with their school, questions about their teachers, administrators, and any other aspects of their experiences in school, so we can provide better service to you and your students. So please complete the survey. And although you have until April the 30th, I'm depending on you to get this done within the next week, so we don't have to discuss this in the next meeting. Okay, so I appreciate you very much.
And I want to reinforce, when you talk about the target goal, obviously we hope all the parents will take the survey, but there needs to be a certain percentage of parents taking the survey for the results to really be meaningful. And so the district has identified for every school what their rough target percentage would be. Parents who have multiple students in the school do not need to take the survey multiple times. They just take it once, correct?
Correct.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Now let's talk about a couple of things relevant specifically to our seniors, and we'll start with updated information on prom. And for that, I'm also going to ask Mr. Harris to update.
Prom, very exciting. Especially this year, students will actually have a in-person prom. Now, although we will not be at a big fancy venue, we're going to be at big fancy McFatter. It's going to be here. And our team, our counselors, our sponsors we're doing an amazing job to create an awesome experience for our students. So although the prom will be on campus, and that will take place on May the 8th between 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. here on campus, and they're going to decorate it really nice. It's going to be a great experience for our students. So we're expecting all of our seniors, if possible, to participate in prom. And you can reach out to your sponsors, Ms. Ogden or Mr. Amon. They'll be sending updates out on Remind and other formats to make sure all the students know about it. I just got my official announcement today asking for me to be a chaperone. So I will be there, and I'm looking forward to all of our students to participate. So please look out for those announcements, and we need you. This will be a great experience that our seniors last year didn't have an opportunity to do. So you get an opportunity for this great experience and some memories for your senior year.
Absolutely. And I wanted to add a couple of things as well about prom. They haven't set the ticket price yet, but I can tell the students that the ticket price will be significantly less than prom tickets usually are. Not because prom is going to be any less special, but because they're not having to pay an outside venue. They're still investing actually more than they usually would, let's say, in decorations to make the campus absolutely beautiful. There's going to be food, there's going to be dancing and a DJ and favors and all that. But because there's no outside venue expense, it will help the prom ticket cost drop dramatically. The other reason the prom ticket cost will be much lower than usual is actually due in thanks to the generosity of the class of 2020. The class of 2020, last year's seniors, had been raising money, as the class of 2021 has been, for 4 years to help defray costs like this. And when they were not able to have a prom, they generously donated thousands of dollars that they had raised to the class of 2021 to help them with their prom costs. So we're very grateful to the seniors last year who they missed out on this opportunity, but they wanted to help the next year's seniors not miss out. And again, what we think that will do is it's going to keep the ticket price low enough that we really do hope all the seniors can attend. So we're very excited, and we're grateful to the class of 2020 for making that possible as well.
Yes.
So now let's talk about graduation for seniors. It has recently been announced just this week officially when our graduation will be, date and time. There will be a McFatter Technical High School and Technical College in-person ceremony. Ours will, the details are set by the district, and so we had to wait for them to determine the details. So McFatter's graduation will be Friday, June 4th at 3 p.m. at Nova Southeastern University, specifically in their Rick Case Arena. So parents and families of seniors, mark that date. The district has made it very clear, we're very excited about being able to have an in-person graduation, but obviously we still need to manage all of the necessary protocols. So one of the things they're doing is going to be drastically limiting the number of people who can attend in order to maintain social distancing. And so they have indicated that each family will be issued 2 tickets. So there'll be the graduate plus 2 guests. More details will come out later. If there are students who don't attend, then as a school, we will be allowed to use those 2 guest tickets and redistribute those to families who are attending. But obviously we won't know what that might mean in terms of available extra tickets until much closer to the date. It will be live streamed, made available as last year's was. As I think graduations have been live streamed for a number of years, actually, now that I say that. So it will be live streamed so that either family members who can't attend because of the limit, or if we do have a family that chooses not to participate because of concerns about the pandemic, they'll be able to view it via the live stream. Obviously, then we'll get a lot more details about what the graduation ceremony is going to look like, how it will proceed, as we get closer. And certainly if families have questions or concerns about how the ceremony will run to ensure safety, we encourage you to reach out to us. But do be aware that literally the date and time just got announced this week, so it's still in the early stages of planning the exact details. Mr. Harris, Ms. DeCastro, did I miss anything about that we knew we wanted to mention?
I don't think so. I just also want to reinforce that even the students will be set apart. They're not going to be, right next to each other. So even if a family did not come and the student did participate, they will be safe. They have limited the number of graduates at each venue this year.
Right. And then like the guests, like the 2 who are from the same family, they obviously won't have to sit apart, assuming they live in the same house, but then they would be socially distanced from the next set of guests for the next family. So there's lots of protocols along those lines that will be in place.
And Ms. Johnson, one thing I just want to add to that, and you did a great job really covering everything that we've heard about from the district. Just as far as parking is concerned, parking will be free. I just want to make sure that's clear. There will be no cost for parking at NSU in their garage. So just in case you're thinking about that.
Great. Now with graduation, what comes along with that is the need to order your cap and gown. The district has been doing with the students and with Herff Jones, the cap and gown order for quite some time. We have a relatively low percentage of students who have ordered up till now, and we think many may have been waiting to find out what graduation was going to be like. Now that it's official that it is going to be a live and in-person one, we wanted to remind families about the cap and gown order. And for that information, I turn it over to Ms. DeCastro.
Yes, just about half of our students have already ordered their caps and gowns. To those who have not, you can go to hjbroward.com, spelled HJBROWARD.com. That is the website for our local Herff Jones. They're just down the street from us on West State Road 84. And their phone number, if you have questions, is 954-693-0006. The glasses had to come off for that. Too many 9s and 0s. So we encourage everyone to go ahead and order their caps and gowns if they plan to participate in graduation. If you don't have a cap and gown, we don't think you're participating in graduation. We do not have tickets the tickets would not be set aside. Just historically, I don't want to go there too much, but so if you do plan to attend, we do go off of the cap and gown order list to know who's participating in graduation. So.
Correct, and I would reiterate that by saying for sure, you cannot participate in the live graduation if you're not wearing the standard cap and gown that is provided through Herff Jones. So we do need people who want to attend in the face-to-face or even think they might to go ahead and order. And I would even encourage those, even if you know you're not going to participate in the face-to-face graduation or you're not sure, we still recommend that you consider ordering a cap and gown for a couple of reasons. Number one, you'll be able to take some pictures in your cap and gown. And then at the live graduation, we will, if there are students who don't participate in the live graduation, and we hope that's not the case, but if there are students who don't participate, we will be acknowledging them in the ceremony And it would be great, again, we don't know all the details. It would be great to be able to have a photo of these students in their caps and gowns. So we even encourage the students who are sure that they're not going to participate in the live graduation to consider getting the cap and gown. Our seniors last year did, and they had a completely virtual graduation, but I know that a lot of them really valued being able to wear their cap and gown, get pictures in them. So we really encourage families to consider that. Is there a deadline for ordering the cap and gown?
Up until the end, but the problem is the price gets higher and higher. So now is definitely the best time if you haven't done it, because 2 weeks from now the price could go up. I do not know the current prices because I've not looked at it, you know, recently. But you can get as simple as a basic package or buy extra things. So definitely take time to go to hjbroward.com and check out their catalog.
Great, thank you. We also wanted to remind everyone that there is no school tomorrow. So there's, excuse me, there's the long weekend. So we wanted to remind everybody of that. And I think that was everything we wanted to discuss this week, correct?
I believe so. We are in the fourth quarter of this game that we call the 2020-2021 school year. So I just really want the students to finish it strong. You know, this is the time. Oh, random selection is going to take place next Thursday. So we are going to get our new class of names for students coming in. So that will be next Thursday, occurring while we're doing this video. So I'm excited about that.
Awesome. Great. Well, with that, we will sign off for the week. We hope everyone enjoys the long weekend. And we will see you back here next Thursday. And we'll see some of you that we don't normally see on campus next week for testing. You two have a great weekend. Enjoy the long weekend and take care, everybody. Bye-bye.